Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, welcome for the first time. So the Baiken banner's live right now. Obviously there's going to be no pulls from me on pulling Baiken because I pulled her last year. But what I can do for you guys is show you how to build her. So let's do that. Why not? She has a couple different builds. 3 come to mind to me. I'm not using mine right now. I use her to one-shot Banshee whenever I'm actually doing Banshee, and that's the first build I'll show you guys. Essentially, like, you just want her to do as much damage as possible, right? So whether you're going to be using Destruction set, Attack set, Rage set, multiple crit sets, however you're going to do it. I personally use a Destruction set when I'm doing it. So we'll do that. Let me just throw on pieces because I'm not exactly sure which ones I use. Something like this, and then something like this probably, and then I'll run Bloom for some more crit, right? I'll run Bloom. These aren't even the right boots. Are they the right boots? I guess they are. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, this will one-shot Banshee. Don't absolutely have to land bleeds. As long as there's a defense break there, you'll one-shot. I could probably use a different helmet. I forgot exactly what build I used. Maybe it was this. There's more crit on here. I keep the same damage. I was overstacked on crit damage anyways, right? So it's probably this build is the build that I use. And yeah, so this is an example of, like, you're going to go full damage on Baiken and you're going to one-shot Banshee. Like, you're going to build her slow, you're going to maximize your crit damage and your attack, and you're going to hit hard as shit, right? This is a PvE build. Alternatively, you can always go the speed set route, which is what most people are probably going to do. And the idea with running speed set Baiken, like, you want the crit. So if you take and you sort by crit and you come in, you get a good amount of crit, that's a good place to start. Depending on whether you want to go fast or decently fast or whatever, it's really up to you. So then there I have crit set pieces, right? So then I'll run speed, and then it's maybe something like this. I'm already maxed out on crit, which is surprising. So we'll take this, get rid of the crit, put crit damage. We're going to look for some more damage. Main stat, attack percent, of course. She will need some kind of effectiveness, so that's probably something I should be looking to put on her. You can run an offset hit set as well to get that. And then when you come down to the final piece, that's where you're putting your either attack boots or you're putting speed boots, right? So you do something like this or something like that. Alternatively, like, since I have 100% crit, I can come back to the weapon, drop the crit down, which this doesn't even drop it down any. So we're gonna see about making her a bit faster, okay? We're still really lacking effectiveness on her. So we could always look to pull in some more effectiveness. Like so, right? And then we just look for another crit piece to fill in somewhere else, whether it be on the boots, main stat, speed, right? Or something like this. So hopefully you guys are getting, like, the general idea. For PvE, ideally you want some effectiveness, but for one-shot Baiken, one of her bleeds ignores F-res, so they say. So she'll generally land a bleed no matter what. So effectiveness isn't always necessary. For PvP, if you want to build her super fast, like, this is like an option of, like, a faster build that does damage. Alternatively, if you want to use her as a CR pusher, which some people will do, you want 100% crit, so you guarantee the extra turn mechanic, right? So you'll come in, I think I have a speed set crit neck. I could just sort by speed and then just pick speed gear. So there we go. That's weird. Oh, I have it on speed set. Let's do all. Okay, so some speed, some speed, some speed. Unfortunately, I don't really have a fantastic speed helm. Maybe if I was to use this one. And then we look for a speed set here. So maybe like this chest piece is not great. Usually I use broken set on the chest piece. But since this helm has crit, I mean, I could probably do a different helm here, to be honest. This has effectiveness and flat attack. Let's see what she'll look like anyways. If I'm just trying to make her blazing fast. I'll take this. It's got crit on it. Main stat, speed. And then we have ourselves a nice, fast CR push Baiken. Will she do a lot of damage? Nah. Not really. But she'll boost your team up, and that's what you kind of want her to do, right? If you're going to build her this route. You can get some damage on her like this. I mean, this Baiken will still do some damage. The only thing is, like, her crit damage is just kind of low. So I don't know if I could squeeze in more crit damage on her. It's like 201. This helm's like really bad. Alternatively, just putting like a speed set on the chest. If I just wanted to do like a big damage Baiken, right? It says 20. Yeah, I don't really have a really good one. I mean, this one has 9 crit on it. And then come to the helm. And throw in like this. She's got really nice attack, but she's still lacking the crit damage. It's hard to balance the stats, at least for me, with getting really high speeds and having high crit damage on top of attack as well. I just don't really have the right gear for that. I can keep her crit really high, but if I was to build just like my perfect Baiken the way I would really like to use her, just like for RTA general use or whatever, I would probably build her fast enough to where she can go before most things, like 230. And then just have her that speed. That way, like, I don't have to worry about having immunity on her. This ring's actually not bad for her. This is a new craft. It's not 90 yet, but that'll be fine. And then obviously we're going to keep the speed main stat boots here. We'll just keep those. We're going to do probably a crit damage main stat neck. See if we can find one with speed on it. This one possibly. This one doesn't have much speed on it though. Maybe this one. Or this one. This one has a little bit of effectiveness at least. Because you kind of want some effectiveness on her. I don't really have a great option for a crit neck. Crit damage neck with high speed. It's just not something I have in my arsenal, unfortunately. So you could do something like this. And then... oops. Speed set here. And I'm lacking crit here, so... maybe something like this. This Baiken will do decent damage. She's got low effectiveness is the thing. So, this is why people say Baiken's a difficult unit to build. Because she's so stat hungry, right? Alternatively, I could throw this chest piece on her. She gets quite a bit of effectiveness from just this alone. And then you could squeeze in bits and pieces of effectiveness in other places too. I mean... this is the kind of Baiken that I would prefer to use just for like RTA purposes. I think this is how you would build her. You'd build her fast so that she can go first, but you don't need her blazing fast, right? Unless you're trying to like outspeed somebody that's speed cleaving or whatever. Generally, this will get you to go before most things, which is fast enough. So this is like, if I was to say like just a very good build, it would look something like this. So... there's just me, I guess this video is literally just me flexing gear on a Baiken. Like, that's literally all this video was. So, if you enjoy stuff like this, then Sweet. Hopefully, there's some people out there that do enjoy this. Alternatively, I could try an attack neck. Let's see what this looks like. So do this, and then we do speed for the rest. So grab our fast gear again. Probably just keep this one. Yeah, and then grab our fast boots again. So like that, and then we grab another chest piece just with the right subs. We see what we're lacking here. We're lacking crit damage, so we're going to want some crit damage here. So maybe... This one did turn out really nice, but maybe this one. Still lacking a bit of crit damage, though. That's the downfall of trying to run an attack neck. You got to make up the crit damage elsewhere, which isn't always easy to do. And then there's always, like, you can run the opposite hit set piece, because I do have, like, some hit set stuff. Like, this is good for a Baiken. This is good for a Baiken. You know, just kind of stuff like this that has subs like these. It's a lot of attack on this piece of gear. I have one piece with, like, a bunch of crit. Where was it at? Didn't I have one with... Am I tripping? I swear I had... Oh, I have this sub here. Whoops. There we go. 22 crit on a helm. Pretty pog. So you can do like just like an offset hit set, right? So hit set, and then you go speed set to get that extra effectiveness, right? So you go back over to speed. And then keeping speed here is annoying, so crit chance, crit damage. Probably keep this one just because it has a lot of effectiveness on it. We got that piece there. Put on... Hell, this ring could work. And then we either go with attack boots or we go with speed boots, right? So hopefully you guys kind of figured out how to gear Baiken from this video. Granted, yeah, I know you might not have as much gear as me, and that's fine. I mean, I didn't really go through an attack set. Of course, you could throw your free attack gear on Baiken and she'll perform relatively well with it. Of course, you get these chests out of Hell Raid that are pretty nice. But if I was to build like an attack set Baiken, which I could probably make a massive one, to be honest. So we'll just throw that, and then run it either attack set neck, like the one I just had on. Something like this. This Baiken's obviously going to do a shit ton of damage when she hits something, right? Or you just run the crit damage neck. So go back to crit damage. Run like this. And then you can even keep like your set here. Keep the hit set. So either run like these arena boots or my Alexa boots. Got a lot of effectiveness on them. So I'm lacking some kind of crit there. So that's just something you want to be mindful of when you're building your Baiken. You want to make sure you crit with your S2s. It's like the most important thing. And as long as you're doing that, you're landing some bleeds. Like effectiveness is like, get effectiveness if you can, because you're going to be debuffing most things outside of PvE. PvE, you need the static amount correct, but if you're one-shotting with Baiken, generally you don't need a ton of effectiveness. Like whatever you get is probably good. So, but in PvP, like, I wouldn't stress getting too much effectiveness on her. It's nice to have, but it's not absolutely needed. You don't need a shit ton of it. Spillover is fine. Getting 30 to 40 is just fine. You don't need, like, 100 effectiveness on a Baiken. So, that's going to be it for this video. I just wanted to go through and just show some gear on Baiken and what she can look like. Different build options. So you guys can maybe take some of the ideas from this video and be like, oh, well, I have gear that's similar to that. I can try this build out. Well, there you go. As for artifacts, RNL is probably the best on her for PvP. Joker, you want to use this for one-shots, and then you can use like Dust Devil, Basket if you really wanted to. It's not bad. Knife if you wanted to. Like, all the thief artifacts are pretty good. You know, the ones that at least make sense on her. Like, Shepherds of Chaos doesn't really make sense on her. But, yeah, pretty much all the damage-dealing artifacts on her portrait, all of those will work on her really well. She's a very versatile unit. And she's really fun to use, to be honest. Like, if you're looking to invest in a Baiken, it's probably not a bad idea. My alts is plus 15, and I use her pretty frequently still. I don't really use her on my main account very much. She's not max moled. I have plenty of other max moled green characters like Violet, Charles, Euphine, Alencia's up there. I don't need the plus 15, you know, another green unit. But yeah, that's going to be it. Let me know if you like this video down in the comments. Sub if you're new, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. I might do a Dizzy one of these too. Who knows? Or I could do a Soul one. If you guys want to see like me gearing other GVG units, or any other unit in general, let me know. I've done some of these in the past. I've done Alencia, I've done FCC, I've done, I think MLKin. I've done a couple different units, but it's been a long time since I've done something like this. I don't know why I'm hovering on her in this video, but yeah. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Fuck.